What are we thinking? Do we have time to run walls?
Touchdown! Oh, Kenyon Drake! A miracle! Miraculous in Miami!
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
Philly special. Ready?
It's Hester trying to work it back to the middle. Gets past the first wave, and here he goes. It's Hester inside the 30. Hester's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. And no flag, 92 yards.
Let's review instructions. Happening. Welcome to Far From Bill Shankly, an English Premier League podcast.
Fuck off.
40 general friends talk EPL. So, who saw Sunday,
Do you know what? I was at the races and I literally said, so obviously you dropped us off.
Yeah.
So Katie's brother was like, oh, they've got no footy on. Anyway, they put it on one screen.
Oh, someone else I know was there, said it was on the races. Like.
Well, it was on one screen where we were.
Yeah.
Went 2-0. It was pissing down. I was like, back outside in the rain and go, fuck this shit.
You weren't drinking either, was you?
No.
Wasn't you?
No.
You never told me that when I dropped you off.
Yeah, because I had to fucking go and pick the baby up afterwards.
Oh.
Don't even know why I had to get a taxi.
Why did you get a taxi?
Because my car was at my ma's.
I said this to my bird. I said, bet you any money Tony's dropped the baby off at his mum's, so he's gone to Aintree. Yeah. And then gone back and gone, I've been to Aintree already once. Why am I now stuck here?
No, do you know what it was? It was like, Katie was like, oh, we'll get ready and then we'll go with everyone.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you just go in the pub first?
No, I was like, we'll just go.
Going in a taxi.
In Katie's auntie's house.
I was like,
just to go together in a
taxi.
Like,
we'll just go to me man and
get me dad to drop us off.
If that was me, I'd be labelled all sort of fucking idiots and everything. If I'd literally went to Kenny.
See, right, because you are an idiot. However, I knew, no, you are an idiot. No, you are an idiot, as in, like,
so
you wouldn't have realised that would happen.
Yeah.
I just
the reason you'd have been called an idiot, Mark, would have been your idea.
Yeah.
The reason Tony's not called an idiot is because he's a fucking fumhead. That's why.
Because I wanted the easy life, so I just went, all right, fuck it, we'll just do whatever. And then, obviously, the minibus fucked us off. So I had to ring
what happened with the minibus?
I've got another job, mate. I haven't got you penciled in. Fuck off.
So the other job was paying more, basically.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Who booked it?
Like Katie's sister-in-law.
Was it a firm or just a private?
I have no idea. His name was Gordon. Gordon, you're a wanker.
Yeah, Gordon, you fucking rat. No, I'll be honest, I've done the same thing about the head paying job. Like.
Yeah, so I had to ring Rob.
Yeah.
Rob, come and do me a favour. I need you to take 8 people from Kenny.
I wasn't happy about it.
From Kenny.
He rang me, are you working? I was like, I'm dropping someone off now and then going home. Why?
And then he went to me, who's it for? And I was like, me. And he was like, oh, fucking hell. As in, like, if you just said
I need you to go to Kenny. And I went, who's it for? Because I thought, if you say anyone but someone I know, they're getting fucked right off. And he went, me. And I was like, for fuck's sake.
So Rob was like, yeah, go on then. Fucking, I'll be there in 20 minutes. So 20 minutes turns into 40. As you know, taxi drivers.
Just around the corner.
Yeah. So he sent me his live location 20 minutes after I rang him. He was still in Aintree. And I was like,
I definitely never said 20 minutes.
You definitely
I said 20 minutes from when I dropped them off in Aintree.
And you said, I'm just dropping them off now.
Yeah, as in I was picking them up to drop them off.
Where was you picking them up?
Liverland. It's only 2 minutes around the corner. Like, I just have to go to 8 places in Liverland. Stop the KFC and all that.
Yeah, so anyway, Mark, so obviously, Rob drops me off. I say to him how much. He goes, 20 quid. All right, sound, send to me. Get a text off him later on.
Where's me fucking money?
Where's me fucking money? You bum. You bum. And I said, it's in your bank. It has been for hours. And then he goes, where's me tip, you rat?
Do you need to give a bit of context? There was a conversation in our WhatsApp group.
Yeah, so our WhatsApp
days
group,
before, weren't there?
So our WhatsApp group last, Wednesday, Thursday, went off about when you're in the barbers, right?
Yeah.
If you're in the barbers and it's 9 quid.
We were talking about this in the train down to the London games, and we were talking about tips and that, because Far was telling his story about how he goes to the barbers and gets put in the chair straight away in front of everyone. And I was like, how much you tip? And he's like,
quickest day,
and he's like, it costs 8 quid, and he gives them a tenner. And I was like, oh fucking hell. He's like, how much yours cost? I said, well, it used to cost £8. I used to give it £10, but it's £9 now, so I'll give £12.
That suggests me having to get more change. I don't need.
I always carry cash, don't I?
See, this is what I said. This is what I said in the group. I said, Rob probably pays £12 because he carries cash. Yeah. All the rest of us just carry bank cards and notes.
Yeah. So I've always got coins. That's all lasting. So, but my argument was, well, £9 now. I feel a £10's not enough. So nice round numbers. It's £12. I'm not going to give £11. I'm not going to give an odd number, am I? You know what I mean? It's weird giving someone an odd number.
Yeah, giving £11 would be weird.
Yeah. So you've done £12.
Yeah, so obviously, this conversation went off.
Yeah. And then the worst thing about it, someone goes, Mark, how much do you tip? And he goes, oh, well, I normally round it up, but that's because they do this, this, and this, and this. And I was like, so you only round it up because they go above and beyond. Yeah, and he goes, yeah. So it's like, so you don't give a tip. So you don't, like, if I'm getting, my baseline is giving a tip. So you have to do something bad not to get a tip.
You go near just for a start.
But that'll be your attitude. That'll be your attitude to everywhere you go. Then you go to a restaurant and have the same attitude. If they give me decent service, they'll get a tip. My baseline is getting a tip.
Yeah.
You have to be shit. You have to do something wrong.
You have to be really, really bad to not get a tip.
Right, so whereas with you have to go above and beyond just to get your extra little £2. You're just there like, dance for me. Dance for me.
So the hair costs £16 for a beard trim and my haircut.
Yeah.
So then I always give £4 tip because I think they're brilliant in the hairdressers.
It's a decent, yeah.
So
that's a decent tip.
So that's why I give
25% a decent tip. But the reason you give it is because you think they're going above and beyond.
Well, the reason, right? So when I go,
if that was a standard haircut and you didn't, so you were like, oh, they do me ears, do that?
I wouldn't give.
Right, you went to a normal barber's and he done a quick beard, quick hair. Wasn't like a Turkish, didn't do anything special.
I wouldn't give them £4.
So you go to the same barbers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go to the same barbers, right? And they just change the prices every week. Every week. So it's like...
I feel like that's what you do if you're a barber.
So sometimes they go...
I'm scared this
sometimes
one.
They go...
How slow a day it is.
Sometimes they go, £15. And I'm like, 20. Because it's 20 every week. You get 20 no matter what.
Yeah,
because it's £15. Then next week it's £17. Then it's £16. And it's like... You're getting 20 no matter what.
Because so you are a hairy fucker. So I reckon all.
Look, do you know what?
While it's less than 20, you're getting 20.
Do you know what? I've been tempted to go. You may as well just do me back as well. I'll just take my top off and you can just do me back. You may as well just carry on.
Well, the Turks do. Turks to the top of your back.
No, but I mean like the full.
The full lot, the full shebang.
I mean?
Back, sack and crack.
So anyway, yeah. So fucking. I was like, Rob, you've in my head. I was going. We've had this argument already this week. So when you're tipping, right?
Yeah.
If you set if you're a taxi driver, if you're a barber, if you're anyone, you never charge £20, £10.
So you think
£15.
I should have said to you?
If you just said to me £22, I had to send you 25.
So you've left it open there.
Because
but
why would you say £20? Because I'm going to go.
Why would say
£20?
Because I said to you, how much was the Uber, and you went, oh, about £20. So you knew 4-person Uber there was £20. I've got 80s in my taxi.
You went the same place.
I've done you a solid. With more people. So you know straight away that should be £30. It should be a price and a half because I've saved it on two taxis.
So basically,
I've saved it on 2 taxis.
Basically, Rob's a black cab that wants to now do Uber surcharging because
that's it.
He slated off for the past 2 years, but now it's in his favour.
He doesn't. No, so he's telling me on the way. So he's dropping me off, and he's telling me on the way. He was like, "Oh, I only use Ubers. I'm a black cab, but I only use Ubers." So while everyone else he sits at the rank with slagging Ubers off because everyone gets an Uber nowadays and fucking robbing them all blind, there he is. I just like to know where they are.
You know what you are, Rob? You're a scab. That's what you are. You are a scab.
Don't you dare!
You are
Don't you dare! Don't you fucking dare!
You're like that, Brothers in Arms, so all the fucking the
fuck off.
Taxi
don't you dare! You dare! Start with you and your fucking woe is me. If I'm not getting a good ride, no one deserves a good ride.
Taxi trade union. Rob's fucking right over that picket line.
Ubers are taxis as well.
I've got no problem. I don't mind using Uber. I just don't like paying for them.
That's why you don't use Uber.
The one in London, the voice spell you left for him.
Oh, yeah.
When you had to cross 4 lanes of traffic coming home from London where we went.
Yeah, Uber driver stopped in the middle lane, in the middle of the night.
You cross over?
Absolutely chocker. And he was like, yeah, I'm parked up. And I was like, in the middle of the fucking 4 lanes.
Was he parked?
Well, he was stopped. I wouldn't say parked. So anyway, I don't know how, but he must have rang me, or he rang me. How does it work? I left him a voice. He left me a voicemail.
He rang you. Yeah.
I don't know.
He rang you, and you were like, "Where are you?"
So I'm giving him loads, and I'm like, "Why are you stopped in the middle of the fucking road? Like, I'm not fucking crossing over. You fucking drive to me. I'm paying for this. You fucking drive to me." And then he probably fucked me
He done
off.
that to me on fucking Sunday
In fact,
as
he
well.
did fuck me off.
He done it to me on Sunday as well. I parked up like, where is it? Where Katie's auntie lives is a little cul-de-sac. Like you fucking, it's not even tarmac. It's like fucking everyone's house is just there. So I parked on the edge of the road, literally 20 yards it was, Mark. And he goes, "You're gonna have to pull in. There's some Aldi's in there." It's like, it was the fuck. There was not one single Aldi. He's a lazy cunt. Just wanted me to.
I know, you know that Aldi.
Yeah.
Just give him £2, to give the tip to you.
Probably has.
Yeah.
Definitely has.
Driver out for
There was 8 of them going, "How much do we owe Tony?" I was like, "He's collecting 5 off everyone." Said to me, 20 quid, the rat. And then the worst thing was, his brother-in-law or whatever gets in a taxi and he told him about going to hot water. And he's like, and he told
I've
goes,
never seen
Tony
Rob
goes,
Thomas.
Tony, no.
Who's Rob Thomas?
He never said that at all. He went, he goes,
I've seen loads of Rob Thomas's mates. I know
talks about
all
kids.
these. I know Phil Chapman. I know Adam Rowe. I've seen all the videos of all these. Have you seen any videos of Rob? No, he don't know.
That's not what happened at all. Katie, he's talking about Katie going, and like he was telling her, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Oh, I was going to text you." He's like, and the brother goes, "Can't believe she's got an Iron gun." Tony goes, "Oh yeah, he loves comedy, you know." And he goes, "Do you do stand up yet?" Got dead excited. He went, "You don't want to talk to him. He's fucking shit."
Do you know what they say though? Your mates always keep you humble, don't they?
Fucking rat.
Well, you know, you might go and see someone decent now.
Almighty, yeah.
You know, you never know.
And part of me's like, when he's going, "Oh, I've not been yet, I want to go." I was like, "Should I get him tickets?" I was like, nah, I won't. Fuck yeah. Now Tony's done that, I won't.
So basically, I'm making sure that no one goes to see you now.
So, yeah, you don't want him to go back to you to go, "He's fucking boss that, Rob," and you got to go, he's a fat knobhead and I hate him.
I'll be honest, right? Someone I know has been to see you and text me saying, "Rob's actually good."
That's the worst thing. Actually good. It's like they want me to be shit.
It's like pissy wanker.
They just want me to be shit. That's right.
No, I think it was because they text me saying, "Oh, Rob's on." Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, just let me know if he's shit or not." And
just tell me. Don't text me if he's any good. Just tell me if he's shite.
And then obviously the text saying, "No, he's actually all right." And I was like,
"All right."
Hell.
It's gone from good to all right. Next time he tells a story, Rob was on. And
he was fucking shite. Yeah, no, so I was like, fuck, but I can't even remember who he was now.
That's good, I don't want to know.
Well, I don't want to know them either if they think you're half decent.
Soon as don't block. But I told you, text me if he's shite or fuck off. Right, should we start the podcast now?
So is there a bit of news?
No. Yeah. Don't want to talk about the NFL.
Yeah, don't.
Also, you have to.
NFL. What's the NFL?
Baseball, innit, Rob?
MLB.
You're going to support
Red Sox till I die, aren't I?
Oh, fucking hell.
I've been the Green Giant.
What the fuck's the Green Giant?
It's the big green wall in the Red Sox stadium.
Why is it green?
Shouldn't it be
red?
red?
The whole stadium's green, Fenway Park.
Wouldn't it be red?
No, man.
They wear blue and red. They're like Patriots colours.
They only wear red and white.
So where's the green come into it then?
I don't know.
What?
Where's the green?
Like United.
Because the stadium's
like
green.
United, aren't they?
But why are the stadium painted green if their colours are blue and red?
I don't know, Mark.
I feel like you should be invested in it if they're your team.
I only started supporting them 2 seconds ago. But I've been to Fenway Park and it's called the Green Giant. Most baseball stadiums are green, aren't they?
I don't know. I don't watch it.
But they've got like a green field, but that's all.
Yeah, but all the stands and all that green as well.
Why would they be green?
Traditional? I don't know.
Traditional for what?
Most baseball stadiums I've seen in movies are green.
Maybe you're
you're basing this on Field of Dreams, aren't you?
Something like that, yeah, probably. I tried to watch Field of Dreams. It was shite. It only lasted about half an hour.
Baseball's shite.
We're a baseball podcast now, Tony. You can't say that. Basketball season starts.
NBA it is. Atlanta Hawks.
Should we start with how much that fan in the stadium, the Bucks game, got shafted?
So yeah, so in the Bucks v Bears game, Tom Brady
fed up of hearing this as well.
6, I know so much.
I've actually seen it about 1 billion times. Yeah, if I've seen it 1 billion times, everyone who's listening to this has definitely seen it.
Haven't we?
Anyway, he gets a ball. He got the 600th Tom Brady pass. First person to ever throw 600 TDs in the NFL. Throws to Mike Evans. Mike Evans gives it to a fan. They get back to the bench and he realises, oh, fuck. I'll give the 600 TB pass ball away.
I feel like that's on Mike Evans and not on Tom Brady, though.
Of course,
Tom
it is.
Brady-
That's why they made an effort to get it back.
No, but Tom Brady's sorting him a Bitcoin, isn't he?
Yeah,
Apparently
apparently.
so.
But that should be Mike Evans, that. He's the one who fucking gave it
So
away.
the fan was guaranteed after giving the ball back, which is reportedly worth $500,000 on the open market.
You reckon minimum
I'd have got
half a million?
I'd have got $1 million.
I'd have got 1.2 then.
Stateside Sports UK.
I wouldn't have sold it for less than $1 million.
So then he was saying he was going to get £1,000 to spend in the gift shop.
Yeah.
Which a couple of jerseys. A signed jersey from Tom Brady.
You got two match balls
Yeah.
for some reason. Don't know why you got two.
Just wouldn't have been obviously the 600
Two
touchdown.
seasons.
Mike
two
Jersey.
Two seasons tickets for 2 years.
And Mike
Jersey
Evans,
signed. Mike Evans, Tom Brady signed jerseys.
and a few photos with him, and he went up to the kids that the fella was with.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's his
Do
son.
you know he scored a touchdown later on, Mike Evans again, didn't he? He scored a
Yeah.
touchdown, same end zone.
Give it to someone else, yeah.
Why didn't he just give it to him?
Because I feel that ball would have been quite
Do you know what I mean?
valuable,
Like,
wouldn't it? You know what I mean? The ball that
Well,
got through after.
every other ball every ball Tom Brady throws a touchdown with now is now valuable because the first person ever to do it. So
Yeah.
the last the last ball that he throws is going to be the record. So every ball that he throws now,
yeah, you're gonna want.
you're going to want because on the odd chance he gets injured, never plays again. That suddenly becomes
If I was in the NFL, if I was a kicker in the NFL, I'd be straight over getting that ball.
every ball.
Every single one.
Every
If
ball.
I was a kicker for the Bucks, because I know I've only got a short career, only got 3-4 years in me, I'd be like that. Hey, give that ball.
Tony'd have his own ball bag with Tony sprayed on it. Every time there's a score.
Any value of it going down the
Where's your kit bag? I've just got this. Don't you worry. Just don't throw more than 6 ton because I can't carry them.
Gonna have to deflate some of these.
Well, no, because as soon
so-
as he throws another one, you just get rid of that. Don't need that
That's
one.
it,
Fucking
exactly.
kick that one
You
away.
just keep the last one. Keep the last one every time. So, what was your thoughts on it?
He was made.
Brady actually come out on the
made
street and said, "You lost all leverage the minute you give the ball back."
You're happy though.
Brady
aren't you?
said to the fella.
If you were the,
Yeah, on Twitter he put a
That's
joke.
Brady making a joke, though, isn't it?
But it's kind of true though. The fella was under no obligation to get the ball back.
You're
No, he was. The thing is, that's the reason everyone said you had to leave the stadium straight away. Because until you've left that stadium, that ball belongs to them.
Is that like a bylaw or something? Is it?
Yeah. So like they might give you the ball, but until you've left the stadium, it's their ball. It's like so say I went to Lidl. So you know what people do in Tesco, me included. You know they have them food bank carriages, that the thing at the box at the front. Just go and get something from the store. Walk, put it in there. Don't buy it. Just walk and put it in there. And then if they get it out, they're taking off the food bank. They can't do you for stealing because you haven't left the store. So you technically haven't stolen till you've left the store.
Yeah, it's got a point.
And it's the same with the stadium. It's technically their
Grey
ball.
area, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Just imagine the security guard doing it fronting you.
No,
Go
to
on,
be fair,
take it out.
To be fair, right? If that was me, I'd have been well gone.
you
If
think
I'd
the
have
fella-
known, I'd have been
Yeah,
straight.
that's the thing. It's one. Do you reckon he knew what was
That's
what
what I
it
was about
was?
to say. Do you think he knew? Because it seemed like he
It'd
was
be a
taking
tough
it back.
thing to know.
No, I think everyone would know. You go in, Tom Brady's going to throw a 600 touchdown pass.
Well, did you know before?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Liar, you fucking liar.
Because if you
Full of shit.
fucking
I'm lying, like-
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course
I'm
you're
lying.
lying. Fucking, it's obvious that you're lying.
Yeah, but I was a Buccaneers fan, I'd know, because he'd mentioned it pre-game and all that.
But you wouldn't.
I know Salah's the first.
Why would you know that? Because if you were a Buccaneers fan, you'd be in the pub before the game. You wouldn't
Well,
get in.
I'll
You wouldn't
put
get
it this
until the
way.
game started.
As a Liverpool fan, I knew Salah scored on Sunday. He was the first player for Liverpool ever to score 10 times in a row.
Okay,
And he's the highest scoring African now in the Premier League.
absolute terrible example.
I'd have known.
Terrible example.
Why?
Because Tom Brady played all of his career at Patriots and then joined the Bucks for one season. So why would you know? So it'd be
You get
like
it rammed down your throat.
Yeah, because it'd be rammed down your throat.
no. So it'd be
You don't
like
have to watch NFL Network for a couple of days during that week.
so it would be like. But then Mark watches it every day and he didn't know.
I honestly didn't know.
There you go. So what I'm saying to you is, it'd be like
We just seen Mark trying about the teams and scores out on the board.
I knew what he meant.
so it'd be like what? Let's use an example. Someone fucking coming in for one season joining Liverpool. I don't know because I don't follow footy, so you'd have to tell me. You'd have to tell me who that could be.
Like James Rodriguez at Everton going for one season.
Who?
Exactly. It's,
Yeah, and he's scoring his 500th goal.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows that?
Fair enough, but yeah. So
wouldn't know.
one
You
you'd have
wouldn't know.
One you'd have to know. So if he didn't know though, and they come up to you go and
Well, he smashed it, yeah.
can we have that ball back?
Give you this, and this, and this.
In that minute second, he smashed it.
He's the fella's because he's gone from I've got a ball that means nothing.
To be
to
fair,
suddenly getting loads of free stuff.
To be fair, have you seen like he's put the video up on Twitter, and loads of like news outlets have like got in touch with him saying like, "Can we do an interview?" So he's
I think him getting the
Mike
Evans signed jerseys worth much because it's Evans who he threw the touchdown pass.
No.
You'd know more about it.
Is it the Mike Evans match worn jersey?
I'm assuming so, but I don't know.
If he was to get Tom Brady's match worn jersey and Mike Evans match worn jersey, they both would. The jersey Tom Brady wore when he threw a 6 on top.
I don't know if it's the Brady one. I know it's
he's getting a signed jersey, but is it the match worn one or not?
I'm not too sure.
I highly
that
doubt
would be
it.
a deal changer. That like
I highly doubt it.
Would they worth a few bob like?
No, I mean I just highly doubt that'd happen. I think they'll just lash a jersey in front of them and go sign that.
Oh yeah, of course.
One off the fucking hook type of thing.
Yeah.
But
and then take it off his thousand.
But yeah, here you go. That's 1,500. So you owe us 500. But I'd have been well gone if I'd have known.
If he'd have known,
I'd have known. I'd have been well gone, and then I'd be like that on Twitter straight away. Got the ball. Here it is. Ransom note on the top. 5 million, and then settle at 1.
Yeah.
Whereas Mark was probably made up with 2 season tickets.
It's like a shoot, isn't it? I'd already seen fucking what I'd won. You know what I mean? So I was just took it there and then.
Shit house. What would you want for that ball?
If I was that fella, there and then in that moment, I don't know what I'd done either because
we're not like you. We don't.
The other thing is, like, I know Mark would have given it back straight away because he can't handle peer pressure, and he wouldn't have been able to face a whole stadium thinking he's a cunt. Whereas straight away,
whereas you get every week when you go on stage.
Exactly. Straight away, I'd have been like, right, if he wants it, tell him to come and speak to me. I wouldn't have given it back to a steward. It'd have been Brady wants his ball back, come and get it.
Here's my number. Yeah. Only Tom Brady rings me.
Tom Brady. If Tom Brady wants it, that'd be the first thing I'd have done. It's like, tell him to come see me after the game then. Tom Brady wants it, Tom Brady can come and get it. Yeah. And the first thing I'd have been doing is Googling Tom Brady's net worth. And I'd have gone, how much is this ball worth to you? How much of an improvement to your life is this ball going to make in the future?
How much money?
And the minute he says 1%, I'll go, that's 2.7 million, thank you.
Yeah. How much money has Tom Brady earned this year? And how much is the value of this? I'd go, I'd want $1 million minimum.
Yeah, you
get that probably for some sports fanatic in America.
Probably get more, actually.
Yeah, the minute you get more for the notoriousness of it as well. Because the minute you're the cunt who kept the ball, it's suddenly infamous.
It's got a story behind it.
It's got notoriety behind it. It's got a story.
Kenny Drake, didn't he? When he threw that ball at the Miami Miracle into the crowd. He got wedge shot the back of that. Obviously not like Tom Brady throwing a touchdown wedge, but wedge.
Yeah. If he had a bit about him, he could have been set for life.
Well, maybe not the Miami Miracle fella.
No, but I meant the fella from the Brady touchdown ball. Yeah. Well, like I say, I wouldn't have given it to a steward. I'd have straight away. Tom wants it, Tom come gets it.
You told the steward to fuck off, mate.
That's straight away.
Fucking no chance, you.
I would have been licking his ass. I would have been, Tom.
Exactly, you would have. You'd have just been like, don't want anyone boo me. I don't want anyone to boo me.
Yeah, Mr. Brady. Yeah.
Is that it for the news then?
It must be all the news.
Devontae Adams has been placed on the COVID-19 list.
Has he? Who have they got this week?
Thursday they play as well.
Yeah. We'll find out. They're playing
2 negative tests before Thursday. Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe they just want to lose that one.
Yeah, write it off and
just
move
get
on.
rid of it. If he's out, then.
Well, if he has 2 negative tests before Thursday, then he can play.
Isn't that symptom-free though, isn't it, or something like that?
They're saying he's jabbed. I think he is symptom-free. I think it's just a random test, or like, I don't think there's any. Like, I think what I read anyway, 2 negative tests for Thursday, and he's sound. Just whether he can get a negative test for Thursday.
Right.
That for news.
Fucking hell, you ain't here last week either.
2 weeks worth of news, and there's literally Tom Brady in that. Useless piece of shit.
Just literally only found them on the way here.
It's just what he's remembered at the top of his head.
I'm sure he had NFL Network on when I was picking them up through the window. whatever they talk about.
He stopped making.
And he still didn't
come. He's like a fucking shit cab to that.
Do you not even text him outside?
At that point now, we can start fucking shining a torch in the window.
Like I said, I just like people to organise my life for me. And me having to text Mark is not me having
he loves it when I say, you driving on me? Do you want me to drive? Yes, sound. Do you want me to drive? Yes, sound. 6 o'clock? Yes, sound. Get some hours first? Yes, sound. He loves that. This is why you end up going to Kenny, when you, because you couldn't be hard fucking arguing the toss.
Exactly.
Literally.
I would rather just
How
someone
did you get from 80 to Kenny?
No, this is a fucking nightmare, this.
Probably brought this all back again now.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I drove the baby to my ma's.
It's a bit early.
I know, but it's one of them where they get the baby for a bit longer, they're happy.
Yeah.
Then my dad was going to work,
Yeah.
so my dad was dropping me off back in the Swan,
Yeah.
and then going to work
Yeah.
for a few hours, and then going back and looking after the baby.
Yeah.
So then obviously Katie then drove her car to Kenny.
Right.
There's a lot of fucking moving parts, and none of it makes any real sense.
It could have been easier just you leaving your car at Mars, especially when you're not driving as well.
Could have exactly been like that.
I mean, could you walk? You can walk from your Mars from the stadium.
I wouldn't, but I could. Most people would, but
Most people have to. They can't get a taxi.
But I'd have just phoned Rob and said, Rob,
I mean, I'd
he
have been made up. I'd have gone, you're only 2 minutes away. Yeah, lads, sound. No problem, Tony.
But yeah, that was the end of that one. Fucking, that was probably the best my son's he got, to be fair.
He didn't win nothing on the horses then.
No, I did actually win an NFL bet though.
Yeah, I'm on 5-5 in NFL bets.
Actually, no, we won another bet as well, Mark, didn't we?
We did. Our group syndicate one.
Yeah, Rob
Wow.
Rob won us some money.
Who
We're
won?
going to go into that. Or?
Who's won?
Oh, should we just talk about that? Because I don't really want to talk about the games.
We are avoiding talking about the games at all costs. Yeah.
So we got an NFL group, haven't we?
So Mark, how'd you meet Jamie?
How's the other podcast going, Rob? We've got an NFL podcast, NFL betting group, haven't we?
No, we had a group that's just now that is now defunct because all of us that are in it are in a bigger group. They're in a bigger group for fancy football. So now that just gets used in the group chat because one of the people that was in the smaller group is an attention-seeking prick who has gone, well, I'm not going to talk in the little group because there's less people there and I get more attention in the bigger group. Yeah. So now we've all just had to move to the bigger group.
But it was originally for.
So we changed that.
It was money a month, wasn't it?
So it's £10
it was my idea.
Yeah.
Pre-season, because I'm into gambling and I have loads of syndicates with different mates. I thought, you know what, NFL is quite easy to make money on. Get a lot of bets in from it.
Agreed.
Very very limited fixtures. Team disparity can be quite big from week to week. So you can get a couple of bets. And so I said, right, should we do 10? There's 7 of us in it. £10, 21 weeks in the NFL. If you go all the way up to the championship game, let's do £10 each. £5 of that £10 goes on the bet, and £5 of that £10 gets banked, and we'll save the bank money for the Super Bowl. Anything we win goes back in the bank. So it should be 35 quid betting with 35 quid in the bank every week, and that should have been how it went. It went that way for maybe 2 weeks.
Do you know, can I just say, right, you know all this time that you were casing Tony for money?
Yeah.
You know he was paying Stokes every week.
He was or he wasn't?
He was.
Well, I was and I wasn't.
Every time on the trip up, he is going, I'm going to do this for a week longer, Rob, you know.
Basically.
So Rob put like a chart up of who knows money.
Yeah, who owes money.
This is sort of true.
Right.
But it's also sort of wrong. There's
there's no way he transferred any money, take it that way.
There's half-truths all over the place here. Mark's story is correct.
Yeah.
Basically, I was not sending Stokesy the money because I wanted to piss you off. So I wanted you to keep casing me, saying, why haven't you sent your tenner? Why haven't you sent your tenner? Why haven't you sent your tenner? While really, I was going to send Stokesy the money. However, what's the point of me sending Stokesy money when we end up sending each other money all the time? So I was like, eventually, it'll get to a point where Stokesy will just go, I'll just pay that.
Yeah.
So I was like, sound.
I figured that out.
So I was like...
It's just funny to call you a bum.
Yeah, but I was fully sitting there thinking, I know that Rob's a control freak and he hates the fact that I've only paid the tenner in. Like, he hates it. So I was like, I'm not asked because I know by the end of this season, I'll have caught up and probably be ahead of most people.
To be fair, I fully just expected at the end of the season Stokes to go, we'll just take your 170s, take it out and I'll put that in from that. I didn't expect either of you two to pay the whole time. The minute Stokes was holding the money, I didn't expect you or him to have paid a penny the whole time.
Yeah, but there's two ends of the spectrum here because
I can't be asked
to ask, so I just went, can I pay all mine in one go? Or my month in one go?
Yeah, and then you were like, can I pay? So then 3 other people were like, can I pay it all in one go? So I was like, fucking hell, I might as well pay it. So then I'm keeping older people's credit. And then what happened was, first I was the 3rd bet. First 2 weeks, no, I was the 4th bet. First bet goes on Mark because he's OCD.
I did actually. I was fuming. That's
full stake.
Why I was like, I'm not fucking paying.
Shit bet, full stake.
Two bets it was.
Yeah, well, shit bets.
Shit bet.
Full stake losers. Next one goes in. don't know whose bet it was. That loses, but only £30 goes on, not 35, because Stokes forgot how much it should be. And then the next one goes in, only 30.
To be fair, it was more annoying the fact that I wasn't getting a bet. That's
sound.
another reason why I wasn't.
You were though. You're gonna get a bet.
Yeah, eventually, like 4 years down the line.
Well, what you should have said was we should snake it. Then you got 2 bets in a week after each
Yeah,
other.
I didn't think that far ahead.
So it was 2 bets. So the second bet goes on, only 30 quid. And I'm the third bet. Mine goes on, only 30 quid. And when I put my bet on,
That stressed you, didn't it?
I was on Benetton. No, it didn't stress me because I didn't check it. So I texted them. I picked 3 teams out, said put the whole lot on that. Waiting for someone to kick off, going, like someone like him going, why have you spread your chances or something like that? You just put it all on table.
Anyway.
I put the whole lot on that. Come back 30 quid on it, and I was like, oh fine. It wasn't until I won I went, should it be 35? I was like, oh, we've been done out of 60 quid there. And then he went, what you put on last week? 30. I was like, well, I know you put 35 in the first week because I put it on.
So there should have been 10 quid left over.
So there was 10 quid left over in the pot. So there was all that, and then the next bet comes along. Doesn't get put on.
No, it was cause So
How much
tell
would that have won?
No, so tell the story properly. So we were all in London except for Mark. So Mark should have put it on really, but we were all in London, and Stokesy hasn't got to I bet. So Ashley said,
No, this is the week. There's another week as well. Far's bet was the week before that. We were in London then as well.
Forget that one. So
that never gets put on.
Yes,
Because Far texts at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Put this on and this on. And Stokesy's bladdered at that point and just ignores it.
Yeah. But to be fair, like, you can't text it at 4 o'clock.
I understood that.
So
that's why there was no kickoffs and that with me, and that was like fair enough. That's Far.
So then obviously Stokesy was like, I haven't got Sky Bet. So I text you saying, you're going to have to put it on, Rob. So you'll have to put the bet on. Now, Rob decided.
What did I say?
Sad. Stokesy will have to send me the money.
Yeah.
But we all know Rob's got fucking wads of cash lying about because he doesn't pay tax. So all that tax money's in his bank, just sitting there chilling.
So just off it's fucked for child maintenance if you ever split up. Because there's nothing gone through your fucking bank account for years. Your earnings are next to nothing.
Like you think he's just going to abandon his kid? Like, that's how little he thinks.
Thing in the world, just like, oh yeah, fuck for child maintenance.
That's how little he thinks of you. He thinks if fucks you off, you're going to fuck your kid off. That's fucking lovely, that man.
Fucking hell. Yeah, so I said, sound, send me the money. And then no one sent me the money.
Yeah, because we were all bevied.
Exactly. I was bevied as well.
So, obviously, the bet...
I'm not fronting you cunts.
Then the bet won.
Yeah.
The bet won, and we didn't put it on, and then there was fucking murder. It just fucking exploded.
And the lad whose bet it was just went, cash me out.
Yeah, cash me out.
So we all got 80 quid back in the end, didn't we?
Yeah,
well, no, he got a tenner back. He hadn't paid for
Well, I was like, I don't even understand how I got tenner back, because I was like...
you paid 1 week.
Yeah, but
the thing is, though...
I didn't understand, like... So I was like...
You should have got 20 quid back, because you paid 2 weeks.
Well, I didn't understand it anyway.
So you missed out on it.
So I didn't understand.
So then we ended
it
up with
anyway.
half the money still left in the pot, which we'd won, didn't we?
No, we ended up with 40 quid left in the pot.
Which you'd won on.
Which I said, considering I'm the only one who's won any money, I should bet. And everyone went, oh, yes, no one could be asked to argue at that point. We'd all had enough. So then I put the bet on, won. And now we've got 283 quid to decide.
Did we get the
what to
answer
do
back
with.
to put it on, lump it on one bet? Or
lump it all on.
I haven't decided yet.
You're lumping it all on.
We did get it. It was 3-3 though, weren't it? For the vote?
Exactly. I haven't decided yet.
Oh, was you the final bet with the answer?
Oh, no, Mark. I don't care what the vote was. I haven't decided yet.
I'm on Rob's. I hope Rob spends it all in one bet.
The king is back.
And I hope he bets on the Chiefs and it loses. I really want that. I'd rather he lost 280 quid betting on the Chiefs to win and they lost. I'd get so much more enjoyment out of that than him winning a bet.
No, can we also talk about the games at some point? But can we also have the reason why Stokesy was holding the money?
Because none of us like you enough to let you control our lives.
The only reason
you've got all the money.
The only reason Stokesy was holding the money is because you hate me having any form of power.
So because there's two choices you could be bothered. There's two people who said he'd do it. There's either Rob, like we just discussed, is a control freak and will want fucking the control over every fucking.
I actually said
Stokes, who's got fucking the worst head for money, even though he's quite an intelligent lad.
Well,
he's the worst when it comes to money.
When we were talking about it, I said, "Do not put me down because I will spend it." I was like, "Do not put me in charge of fucking minding any of that money because I'll spend it."
Yeah,
and I'd have probably bet on the Chiefs to win. I'd have spunked it all, and that'd be all.
But The whole reason I said, because it was my idea, I went, anyone want to do it? And I done this on purpose because I know you cunts moaning about me having any control, and I was like, I'm just going to sit back, I'm just going to watch as it falls apart. And what happened? It sat back, it watched, and it fell. And as it fell apart, I was like, "You need me. I hope you understand now. You need the control freak in your life. Because without me being a dictator, nothing gets done."
Tony loves his life being controlled, so I don't know why he fights it.
No,
he just likes winding people up, though.
No, I love my life being controlled. Like, I love being told, right, we're going out. This is what's happening. We're getting on this train. This is happening. This is happening. I don't have to think. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to buy tickets. I don't have to carry nothing. I just literally turn up, and then someone goes, here's your ticket for that. Yeah. Fantastic. That's what I need. However, I can't have him in control of anything because that's just when shit really, like, Rob's in control of my life then. And it's like, no, I'm sorry. I just draw the line at Rob controlling my life.
You're just controlling your own life.
I don't want him to go, we're spending our money on this. I want him to have no say in what we're spending the money on.
do you know when you just said that?
Bellend.
Do you remember the last, every year we have like a Super Bowl night in our mates. So obviously last year we never had one because obviously the whole fucking COVID and everything. The year before we had a pot to spend, didn't we?
Yeah.
We couldn't decide.
We always have a pot to spend because I sort it.
So we couldn't decide on A, B.
This year we've got a pot to spend. It was easy just because I'm putting 200 to the side.
It was easy,
and I'm betting the other 83 quid.
Are you fucking
that's what I'm doing, and I haven't told no one yet because I want you to fucking feel the pain of what happens when you don't give me control.
There was a year when we were right, so we just get 200 Heineken.
Yeah,
dead easy. 8 lads, 200 Heineken. That'll sort us, and we'll get a few spirits or whatever you want to do. Punch. Yeah, sounds. Then Stokes, well, can I get? What was it? Do you remember? Can I get Corona?
Yeah.
And we're like, well, no, because you can't get.
No, because you're the only one who drinks Corona.
And then it was said Tony pipe. Well, I want Bud. Yeah. And I want Disaronno when you were on the Disaronno train.
It was Sam.
And then it just burns my head. What a dick swing and just get a fucking drink by this point.
What happened?
I can't remember because
I refused to buy any of it, and we just had Heineken because that's why you need me, because you need someone to be a cunt.
You
need the cunt to go no.
You know the worst thing is, I'm just being an awkward cunt all the time.
So I know he's not arsed. Whatever he gets, he'll drink. Stokesy will throw a little titty flip. But I'll bring my own. Just cash me out, and I'll just go no. It's the same as when we went. Tony said, "Put it all on the next bet." I said, "Yes, sound," because I knew it'd wind him up. And Stokes, that's ridiculous. Just cash me out. And I said, no. You need someone to be a cunt, otherwise it goes to tips.
All I want to do is wind everyone up in that group. That's all I do every day is think, when I've got time, when I've got 10 minutes, who's fragile today? Who am I going to get to today the most? And it's like, well, Rob's had it bad, so I'll just go for Rob. And I know Rob's a control freak when it comes to the money, so I'll just wind Rob up. And then now, because there's 280 quid to get spent, now I know Mark's flapping. So now it's like, right, well, I'm going.
I still plan. I just want to plan for it. I'm not bothered what the plan is, just who.
So, Mark, you're going to need 50 quid for the Super Bowl just for your, 20 bottles of lager that you're going to drink.
Well, just to let you know, 200 quid's getting kept for the Super Bowl, and I'm betting the 80 odd quid again.
Let's do it the other way round.
One year it worked out. We all got a jersey each, I think, didn't we?
Yeah. Do you know why? Because of me again. You need to respect the process. You might not like how I go about it, but you need to respect the process.
Likes this conversation.
We are ruining this podcast because we don't want to talk about the games.
I feel like this is therapeutic more than no.
Everyone's sitting there going, what the fuck are they talking about? Who the fuck's Stokes? I'm not asked about their Super Bowl party. It's just because we can't be asked talking about the NFL because all our teams are shite. You know, if your team's good, fair play, good for you, you fucking cunt. Right. Cleveland Browns 17, Denver Broncos 14.
Thing is, you nearly got that wrong as well.
I know,
because Max just wrote CB and DB.
Cleveland Browns,
Cincinnati Bengals. That could be.
We know
Cleveland Browns 17, Denver Broncos 14. Does anyone want to say anything about this game? I do. People are buzzing over Case Keenum like he'd done a good job. He was fucking shite. The fact that anyone even is coming out and going, oh, he almost cost him the game a couple of times. He was fucking shit. Case Keenum was shite. And anyone who's sitting there in the NFL saying, oh, the Browns made a great move, giving him $18 million in the offseason because they knew your second quarterback's the second most important person in the team, get fucked.
I think, do you know what it is?
Sorry.
Do you know what it is? Because he knows Baker Mayfield's going to come back and he's going to win more games than the Chiefs this year.
Denver Broncos and Teddy Bridgewater again. He's fallen off a cliff.
To be fair, right, it just shows how good the Lions are for the Browns.
Yeah. Boss.
Third string running back runs for 104, 120 yards, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I done the same as you, Mark, as well. So obviously, Dennis Jones.
Yeah.
Never heard of was it Johnson?
Dennis
Johnson.
Never
Never heard
Did you
of
pick
the
Felton
cunt.
instead?
I picked Felton for one of my fancy
It was one
teams.
of the other, weren't it? That was going to go
Well, I
off.
didn't even know this other kid existed. So.
Did he get picked up on that? Was it that week? No, or was it
Dyson picked him up in one league and us.
No, didn't the Broncos?
No,
only-
he got picked up pre-season.
Browns? Or did he?
Yeah, I wasn't happy. I thought Felton. I know who he is. He's gonna get it. No. Got like 3 touches the ball all game.
Shoot this game up. What's that game?
Yeah, we can talk about this.
Green Bay Packers.
So I can't read it though.
Titans 27.
It was the tit. You wrote tit. Tit 27. 3 KC.
Do you know what's embarrassing? The Jets scored more points against these than the Chiefs.
Jets beat them, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, and they beat them. Yeah.
I'm not talking about this game
What
anyway.
the fuck happened to the Chiefs? Would it have been better if Mahomes died? Would he?
Put Jackson in.
Would he? Would it be better?
Put Jackson Mahomes to dance around a little bit.
Do you remember Dynasty was said?
Yeah.
Do you remember
I do.
Michael Jordan was said?
Yeah. How many times in 10 years were you going to win it?
3.
Do you remember $500 million was cheap? Do you remember when $500 million was cheap?
$500 million contract.
All I want to say.
It doesn't even look like a semi-decent quarterback at the
How many
minute.
turnovers is he on now?
Kansas City Chiefs have got the most
14,
turnovers in the league. In the league, Rob.
I think we got 4.
The fucking best team in the league have got the most turnovers. The best quarterback. The best dynasty. The best coach. The best everything.
Listen, you're saying about dynasty. You've been to 2 Super Bowls and 3 championship games. We're doing all right.
How many Super Bowls?
2 Super Bowls and 3 championship games.
How many have you won?
1 so far.
There you go then. Shite.
Winners win, don't they? So
Winners win, yeah. Odds are you're never going back.
Ever.
Well, not with fucking Patrick Mahomes under centre. He's fucking struggling.
£100. Chiefs get the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes again.
What odds are you giving me?
What did I give you odds? You made the bet.
Go on, I'll take that.
Sound.
I'll take that.
this is going to be 10 years. Like you owe me £100, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not asked. Put in your
A
notes.
minute to go there once. That's it. Going in the notes. Right. Green Bay. Do you want to say anything about the game? Besides the fact that
Derek Henry.
Titans were average and still smashed us.
Derek Henry done nothing.
And I told you, Henry
and still
doesn't play well against the Chiefs, but it doesn't matter because they still smashed
He still
us.
racks off
Because we are
50 yards,
shite.
then, he just
threw a
racks off.
touchdown. He threw a touchdown.
To be fair.
Like that says a lot.
I mean,
you're running backs throwing touchdowns against the Chiefs. Literally anyone can score.
I think that's the second touchdown
Is,
against us, you know. I
Is
think he's thrown one before as well.
Mahomes on concussion this week?
No, he's cleared it.
On that hit.
He cleared it straight away.
Did he?
And Andy
It looked like a nasty hit.
Andy Reid just went, "You're not going back in." What's the point?
You're not got yeah.
As he fell, the other fella caught him with his leg.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, flying knee was great.
Did see it. Also, I thought, do you know what? If I was Andy Reid, I wouldn't even want to put him back in.
He never.
I wouldn't want to put him back in because he's been fucking shite. Like literally, what the fuck?
I don't know.
When he ran with the ball as well, and then
it was woeful when he fumbled it.
He fumbled it. Yeah.
Oh wait. He's just trying too hard now.
That's it. He tries too
Nothing's
hard.
coming off now, and he's trying too hard. Right, moving on. Green Bay Packers 24, Washington 10. Hey, remember when you had the defensive line, Mark? Remember when you had defensive line? Remember when you made the playoffs?
Do you remember the aspirations?
Remember when Chase Young was the best young player in the NFL? Remember when Chase Young was the next Aaron Donald? Remember, yeah?
Remember the Washington team were going to win the NFC East?
Yeah.
So now, what? Bottom?
It's the hope that kills, isn't it, Rob?
Are they bottom now?
Always say, Mark, it's the hope that kills you.
See any highlights of this?
Yeah.
In the
I've seen
same
all the
drive,
highlights,
right, with Haneke, this is just the way it's going at the moment.
This is unbelievable, I think.
So, they fumbled twice in the same drive within 20 yards of the end zone. Fumbled twice and recovered it.
Yeah.
They finally run it in for a touchdown, but Haneke fell/dived and his knees hit the ground.
So funny.
His knees hit the ground before.
so
he
funny.
gave himself up on the one.
Yeah, no.
Right. So got called back to the one. He tried a QB sneak. He never got it
Fumbled
in first time.
Yeah.
He never got it in first time.
Fumbled it, pulled it in.
And went to go over.
He fumbled it and then he pulled it back and then he was like,
fuck's going? You know what I
no
Do you remember last season when Kyle Allen tried to run it in and you thought you should run it in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should run it in, and he never. It just reminded me of that.
Do you know the other thing I enjoyed though? Like Haneke whoever it was for you fumbled the ball.
Heineke recovered it.
Yeah.
And then there he was, just fucking
That's
diving on
this.
it.
This is my thing.
I like this.
This is my thing with Tyler Heineke. You want to call him a cunt,
He's
and
exciting.
you want to say he's shit,
exciting
but then
because
something like that happens,
he
and you
makes the
fucking
drama.
love him.
He
makes the drama.
like
He is Ryan Fitzpatrick
yeah,
in like the second.
something like that happens, and you're like,
reincarnation.
I fucking love him now because look at the way he was there blocking for Scary Terry, and then fumbled and then got the fumble
Do
recovery.
you know what? I'm worried Scary Terry's going to develop into Alan Robinson. And he's going to be what could have been.
What do you mean? He's
So Alan Robinson's for the whole of his NFL career has played with Blake
Is
Bortles.
the whole of what?
His NFL career. He's played with Blake Bortles. Then he's played with obviously with shite at fucking in Chicago. Obviously with Mitch Trubisky, Andy Dalton. Fields is obviously a rookie. But he's always put up decent numbers, and it's always been what could he have been, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like
I
it's
finally gave up on Alan Robinson this year in fantasy
Did you?
because I've seen it coming.
What's the score with Curtis Samuel? Is he going to play or what?
I don't know. He's had this fucking groin injury and hamstring injury since basically the summer.
Because he's a fat cunt, doesn't
Like
he?
free money, maybe.
Who doesn't like free
Okay,
money?
I'm gonna admit something now.
What?
I'm gonna admit something. We're gonna talk about the next game. I'm gonna talk about the Baltimore Ravens. I'm gonna talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. And
Right.
I'd just like to issue a heartfelt apology to the Cincinnati Bengals and to Jamar Chase, because I've said all along that the Bengals should never have drafted Jamar Chase. They should have took a left tackle, protected Joe Burrow. And you know what? I'm wrong.
Well in, Tony.
Wrong. Fucking wrong.
You know, if that was
He
me,
looks amazing.
I'd have give that apology, but at the end of it go. But I was right about the Ravens, though, so.
Well, yeah. I
'Cause you was right
I
about the
was
Ravens.
about the Ravens. But Jamar Chase is unbelievable, isn't he?
Unbelievable.
The best one was him with the yard after catch one where he catches it 30 yards out, spins,
just unbelievable.
shakes the defender
Yeah.
off, and then just fucking out puts the afterburners.
The best is when I love it when cornerbacks just stop chasing them. Like, what's the fucking point?
It's just
And he
unbelievable.
done it to two of the Ravens
I
cornerbacks.
actually genuinely think he's going to break the record this year for the most receiving yards
By a rookie or ever.
ever.
Is he on course to do it?
He's
He's
the most. I
just
couldn't.
under the time. He's on 900 yards or something.
He's like 7,
Unbelievable, isn't
850 or something. Something stupid. He's on
Isn't it mad the way, like,
stupid?
so Justin Jefferson breaks the rookie record last year, and this next year just goes and gets broken again?
By his number one wide
Yeah.
receiver
So bear in mind,
in college.
Yeah.
when Mississippi State, well, not Mississippi, what they fucking calls LSU.
Yeah,
LSU won their obviously this college championship. They
Yeah.
had them two receivers, didn't they?
yeah.
And Joe Burrow won the centre at the same
Yeah.
time. And they had Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Ew.
Ew,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ew.
No.
To be fair, Clive Edwards, no wonder Clive Edwards look good when you've got the two best receivers in the league either
Best in the
side of you.
field.
Just fucking like, yeah, go on, you little fat cunt, go on.
Yeah, obviously they're going to let him run for 40 yards because they just rather let him run for 40 yards and chase out the benches. But no,
Rather than him embarrassing me, you just have a little go, will you?
no, Jamar Chase is fucking something else.
He is. And are we believing the Bengals now?
Joe Burrow looks fucking the
Looks
business.
good.
And do you know what thing is? And I think I heard someone say on Twitter, he hasn't got the biggest arm, he's not the quickest, he's not the mobile, he's just got it.
He's
just got- No, but he's just like he's very clever at the, you know, he makes the right pass at the right time, you know, he's just
Just
something
good,
about
isn't
him.
he?
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yes. Giants 25, Panthers 3. Now, this week, we there was 3 games that were 50-50 that we said shouldn't have been 50-50. And James, who's the guest last week, put on his first bet in his life and backed us what we said. We said the Titans shouldn't be 50-50 by the way the Chiefs have been playing.
Yeah.
We said
Colts.
the Colts shouldn't be
And
50-50
there's someone
the
else.
way the
as well.
49ers have been playing. And it was the Panthers. We said Panthers, even though the Panthers have been on a bad run, they shouldn't be 50-50 with the Giants. The Giants aren't that team. And the Panthers proved they're shocking.
Sam Darnold got
CMC's
benched.
gone out, though.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold got benched.
It's
Yeah.
no coincidence that Christian McCaffrey's gone out and the Panthers just been like that.
But it's much mad though is how bad
But
Darnold has gone.
But Chubba Hubbard hasn't been bad.
Yeah, but he's not Christian McCaffrey.
I know,
is he?
but
No, but
like
it's how bad
production-wise,
how bad
he hasn't
Darnold
been
has
that
gone.
bad.
Did you say he got dropped for PJ Walker then, didn't he?
Yeah,
That's
did
right.
during the game.
Yeah, yeah.
They come out and said he's still our number 1. He will start next week.
It was more
But
a
in that
case of,
game,
Yeah,
like
he's
Yeah.
you're not fit to play right now. You
Yeah.
know, like get him out. Your head's
seeing
gone.
ghosts again,
There was
isn't
an
it?
interview with PJ Walker where he said, you know, what's going on with Sam Darnold, and he said, you know, he's something he needs to work through at the moment. So clearly, the team have
It's the
noticed.
seeing ghost thing
Yeah.
again. Like, he's clearly he's got pressure can get to him.
He's a confidence player by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
He's very up and down. He can't create his own confidence. You know, where players need to be reinforced.
It feels like You know when Mitch Trubisky, and they used to say about Mitch Trubisky, he used to make them turn their telly off because he couldn't handle all the negative criticism. So they didn't have the NFL Network on or not in the canteen, or any the NFL programs in the canteen, because they didn't want Mitch to get the negative criticism because he can't handle it. It feels like Darnold is the same kind, because it's like he's listened to everyone go, Panthers won't be the same team without C-Mac. Panthers won't be the same without C-Mac, and he's just got it into his own head because he's not the same player since he's gone. No. And it's like, yeah, you lose a star player like that, you're gonna fall apart a bit. But to the level he's fell apart, it's more than that.
It's like you can have all the measurable attributes you can, your speed, your strength, and all this type of stuff. But if you've not got the mentality to go up to that line of scrimmage, have the confidence in your ability to throw the right pass, be confident in your players and everything, or be intelligent enough at the line of scrimmage, you're never ever going to make it. And I think this is that's where the best players always succeed in it. You know what I mean? It's not so much the physical, it's the mental.
Miami 28, Falcons 30.
Dolphins should have won this.
Young Wei Koo comes up with a pressure.
Should we tell him what Tony's text was halfway through the game? Lads,
no, it wasn't two.
Lads, I don't think two is it. And then Mike Gesicki catches that pass. Lads, two is the one. He's the one.
I actually said.
And then he said he just needed that kick off the arse from me.
He needed the motivation.
He did. I literally said, two is a sexy bastard.
Tony, I would worry about him. He's.
And then I was like, he did need to kick up the ass. He needed that kick up the ass from me. From me giving up confidence in him in the WhatsApp group. He needed that.
I'm still not from convinced with a left-handed quarterback. It's just something about it looked wrong as well.
Right, after you've been beat by the Falcons, you've now been beat by the Jags, the Falcons. 2 weeks on the bounce.
Yeah, we're finished.
Just a little question for you. Would you take Deshaun now?
No. What's your price for him if you're going to pay for him?
I wouldn't.
You still wouldn't take him?
I wouldn't take
I'll
him.
have him then.
I wouldn't take him.
Not asked.
Do you know why I wouldn't take
him? They
him?
were asking for it.
Did you watch any of this game?
No.
Right. So Tua.
Saw Kyle Pitts be boss like.
So Tua.
See, he's
right.
one on the catch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. But why is that even happening? Why is the defending so poor?
Your safety secondary was supposed to be the strong unit.
Exactly. Why is it so poor?
Who was he? It wasn't
Eric
Howard,
Rowe,
was it?
Twice.
Who?
Kyle Pitts, Eric Rowe.
Is that one of your seconds?
Twice Kyle Pitts had him. And it was like one in the first half where he caught it one-handed, and then he scored one straight away in the second half. Same, basically looked like the same
area,
play.
but just a normal.
Did they line him
catch.
up as a receiver more?
Basically, Kyle Pitts just ran the show. Wherever he wanted to be, he ran it. He was there.
And Matt Ryan's good enough to put it on his penny.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley come back.
Calvin Ridley. As soon as I seen they were going for it, I was like, Calvin Ridley's getting this ball, and then he was open and it was touchdown. And you're like, fuck's sake. But the thing that the most frustrating thing with Tua is, in back-to-back weeks, we've turned over the ball. We've got a turnover off the other team, and the very next drive, he's threw an interception.
Do
you know what though?
And it's like, just keep the ball.
Do you know last season you had a double-digit win season team when you won 10 wins last season? Them turnovers that were going your way last season,
not going against you.
You've not got that this season. So you've rated back to the medium. You know, you are this a 6-7 win team tops this season.
That's the thing, right? So, like I said before, so we lost field goal last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
we've been in games competitively all season except for the Bills. We got whacked. And the Buccaneers, we got whacked. Every other game we could have won.
Yeah,
obviously, coulda, woulda, shoulda, and all that kind of shite. But
winners, we say.
But our secondary and our defense has been a fucking shambles.
It's weird. Why?
And do you know what? All I see on Twitter is everyone slagging Tua off, and it's like, Tua is not the fucking problem right now.
He's not the only problem.
Last season, what everyone's saying about Tua is he's not taking risks, he's not doing that. He's doing that this season. But yet, our defenses are just a fucking shambles.
I'll back Tony up with that. So how often do you see a team whose defense one season is lights out? Bears a couple of years ago when they got Kelly and they basically took that team to the playoffs. Ours and Washington last season, ours and Dolphins last season, where the points of our team, they won us games last season, and you can't keep that up on a consistent basis, can you? To win your games,
but like,
I think what the Chiefs were aiming to do, where your defense is good enough to just keep the score enough
to stop all two,
and your offense is what you can rely on, week in, week out, season to season. I think that's the way the league's gone. I think defense is too unreliable to rely on the season to season.
I just think the Dolphins, rather than all this Deshaun Watson talk, just need to invest picks right now into O-line and D-line.
Yeah.
And actually build.
He's did over the past Eckenberg and
yeah, but what I'm
Thomas.
talking about is do what the Rams do, where you go out and get a proven player.
Yeah.
And you use your future picks.
Yeah.
And you go out and get someone who knows what they're doing.
Stars.
And just go and get them in the team.
So how many picks you got next year?
Two first.
Two first, and what? How many seconds?
Don't know, 2 maybe. I don't know. The draft's a while away. But I'd give up effort right now to go and get a left tackle.
When you look this season, you're sitting there, you're looking at Ramsey, you're Donald, you think, and you Stafford, and the Rams give up the future to get them. You're like,
and I'd do that right now because you look at the Dolphins team. Jalen Waddle is a great first round pick.
Yeah,
he looks lights out. Gesicki is what
quality.
third best scoring tight end on fantasy right now. So obviously he's doing bits in the game. He's not really a blocking tight end, but he's scoring points. You know, we've been without Will Fuller, we've been without Devontae Parker, and yet we're still in games. We're still competitive.
There's not big movers in free agency neither for the offensive line.
That's what he's saying. He wants
go out and
Even
get some
free
proven
agency,
stars.
Haven't done it in,
Just go and get some stars. Like literally turn around to go to someone. Right, you're coming to us right now. You know, we'll get some experience in because it's a young team. Get some experience in on the lines and just go and have a go at trying to win some fucking games.
Wouldn't you have took Eric Fisher then, who went to the Colts?
Yeah, I would have, yeah.
Or Corey Lindsey, the center, who went to the Chargers.
Mitch Schwartz is still out there.
Well, I remember talking last season that I actually wanted us to take Joe Tooney from the Patriots.
Yeah.
Left guard.
He hasn't played much, has he? Or has he?
Played every game.
Has he? I just haven't heard him mention much.
I'd played every game. But to be honest, our offensive line hasn't been the problem until they were shocking against the Titans. But until the Titans, the offensive line's played fine. It's literally just been Mahomes and the receivers. But yeah, so I get what you mean. Look at the Rams and go, let's stop taking
like we've got
stop taking chances on players
got all these
and go and get proven players. Yeah,
go and spend them now because our team's good enough to win games.
Yeah,
but we're just losing out.
At some point, potential needs to turn into
And I think if you built a better structured line on both sides of the ball, then the secondary improves, goes back to the level it was last year. Offensively, Tua's doing well enough. Yeah. He's made 2 bad interceptions back-to-back weeks. The other interception in this game wasn't on him. It was on Jaden Smith because he didn't turn around.
Right.
But it's one of them. Obviously, it looks bad on Tua. Two picks.
Next one up.
Not ideal.
Pats 54, Jets 13. All I want to say about this game, you can say what you want. All I want to say is this happened last time when the Pats played the Jets. They battered the Jets and everyone gets excited. The Pats are back. And then they'll play an half-decent team again soon, lose again, and it'll just be the same. Pats are just going to be...
Zach Wilson went out injured.
An 8 and 9, 9 and 18 this year. That's just who they are.
Zach Wilson went out injured.
Out for a few weeks, and they've traded for... Mark forgot this in the news.
Joe Flacco.
Jets have now played it for Joe Flacco.
He was at the Jets last season.
So Eagles have now got the pick they used to get Gardner Minshew. They've got back for Joe Flacco. So they've probably got a better 6th-round pick.
It was just one of them games where once the Jets have fell apart, Patriots just kept scoring.
Yeah. The Jets are finished now. The Jets need to just... I don't know what's up with... I don't know how long Wilson will be out there. I know it's a few weeks. So you're going to be looking at least...
He's on IR, so it's 3 weeks minimum.
So you're looking at least week 10.
To be fair...
If it's the 6-week IR, week 13, you're thinking, just write it off.
Yeah.
Get your high draft picks, write it off.
Yeah.
Go and get a right tackle. Go and get fucking cornerback. And
Elijah Moore, did you see his...
Scored his first touchdown. I haven't seen it.
It was decent, to be fair. Like, he's got potential. So now it's a case of, you've got a few players with potential. However, this season is just too soon.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's harsh on Salah. First year, you've got to write it off.
Yeah, but if it's an agreement between them and the general manager, it doesn't really matter. No. Raiders 33, Eagles 22. I didn't see the Eagles come back into the game. I just saw them getting battered.
I seen them getting battered.
Raiders, to me, are now starting to prove themselves. John Gruden being gone, but I think they'd still be the same if he was there, as being like the best of the rest.
I think it's galvanised the team a little bit.
No, I think this is who the Raiders were even under Gruden. I think they're the best of the rest. As in, like, so you got your elite teams, got your teams that could do something. So say you got your elite teams, your Rams, your
Yeah, they're the best.
Your
outside.
Rams, your Bills,
Yeah.
and stuff like
The way
that.
to
You got
do
your
it-
teams that might still do something, which could possibly still be the Chiefs. Chiefs might even falling down a rung below, and then you've got the best, which were the Raiders, which I think are now
It's like
the best of the rest.
the best way to describe it is the Premier League, innit? So you've got your Champions League,
yeah.
you've got your Euros,
Yeah.
your European Cup, and then you've got the best after that,
Yeah.
and that's where
I
the
think
Raiders are.
That's where the Raiders are sitting at the
one
moment.
and done in the playoffs. If they were to get the playoffs, I think
I
that's it.
think they've got a good chance getting the playoffs.
Both
as well.
running
One
backs
and
went
done,
out as
though, I
well,
think,
weren't they? Both running backs went out for both teams.
No, Drake was playing.
No,
He
Josh
went out.
Jacobs went out.
Yeah,
injured, and
Miles Sanders went out as
Miles
well.
Sanders, yeah.
Yeah. Derek Carr again, still playing.
Chugging
Great.
along. I think he's underrated. I think he's probably gets.
I wonder, like, whether, because the one thing everyone says about him is a little bit of pressure on him, a little bit of fucking disrespect, and his head goes. And I wonder if a lot of pre-season, he was sitting there going, everyone's talking about Mahomes and Herbert, and saying like, the Broncos get to Sean Watson, what an AFC West that's going to be. It's fucking my mention.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that has motivated him or not. I don't think so, because I think he's a fucking tit. But I wonder. Rams 28, Lions 14.
Bit of a
Rams
scare, this,
made
really,
hard
the
work
Lions.
of this, didn't they? Lions 19,
No,
sorry.
Yeah.
This wasn't the Rams made hard work of this. This is the Lions just being awkward. This is the Lions.
The Lions were
The
brilliant.
Lions were me on a daily basis.
Being a cunt.
Proper awkward cunt.
The Lions.
Proper awkward.
The
Just-
Lions played this game the only way they could.
Yeah.
And fair play to
Who,
them.
right, who recovers an onside kick in the first half? Why?
Who
did they do
goes for it?
that? In the first half?
It was the first drive, wasn't it?
Why
so
did
no,
they do that so early
so
in
the
the
Lion,
game?
the Lions scored a touchdown.
Two fake punts.
Yes, the Lions scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
This is like last
They,
quarter,
they, faked,
you know what I
they
mean?
faked the punt and then scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Then they kicked
Onside
the onside kick.
Fake.
Recovered
It was a fake onside. It was a fake kickoff.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they lined up for an onside kick. They lined up for a kickoff and then kicked an onside kick
And then they fake punted it again.
and scored another touchdown on that
No,
drive.
well, I don't know if it might. No, I think it was a field goal on that drive.
But do you think, like...
But it was literally that if you're the Lions, right? We said before the start of the season, the Lions are building the right way to do it.
Yeah.
They're building the
Inside
team
out.
so that you haven't got your quarterback. DeAndre Swift is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they've got enough about
Swift,
them.
Hawkinson, they've picked up Penny Sewell.
They could potentially,
couple of decent
they could
pieces,
potentially be in like 2 years' time. They could be
But
good, serious, strong
the likes
playoff
of-
contenders.
Them, the Eagles, they're competitive enough to not have the fan bases getting on the cases.
Well, the Eagles fan base got a case when they win, never mind when they lose.
but they're still losing and they're still going to get the high draft pick.
But if
So
you're
the Lions are entertaining.
Yeah, but the Lions are doing what the Dolphins done in the first year under Flores.
Yeah.
They're fighting for everything.
Yeah.
And it makes you believe in something.
But you know it's still beneficial come the end of the season, the top 5 draft pick,
Yeah.
and they get who they want.
You don't mind the fact they're losing. The fact that they're trying. Like the fact that they went and tried that against the Rams. You know Lions fans are made up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fucking hell. We know we can't beat them
Yeah.
head to head. Let's try and be cunts. And that's
yeah.
like...
And the thing with this game is like this game showed like that the Rams are absolutely top class.
Yeah.
Because they just weren't asked.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can have your little shitty trick plays,
We'll
you
still
can have
come
your
back.
points.
Eventually.
But then eventually
Yeah.
you'll run
As long
out
as
of
we
them.
keep our heads,
You'll run
yeah,
out of them.
yeah.
And Matt Stafford will just keep calm, cool, collected, and Cooper Kupp will just do whatever he wants to do.
I said that. So in my one of my other syndicates, I've won the last 5 weeks on the bounce. First person to ever do it, but I've only been winning.
To get that one in,
I had
didn't
to
you?
get that one in. Like I've only been winning like 70 quids, but I've been on the NFL 4 out of the 5 weeks, and it's just been like trebles like that. And I had the Rams in one. I had Rams Bucks and somebody else, and coming anyway. And they were texting me, lads were texting me going, "Oh, you runs over the Rams and let you down." I was saying, "Just trust me." The Ram, it was half time. It was like coming up to the half.
Yeah.
I said, "Trust me." The Rams get the ball to start the second half. By the end of the third quarter, this bet's in.
So because the Rams scored a touchdown, and then the Lions went and scored a field goal,
Yeah.
and then it was like, well, the Rams are winning by a point now
Yeah.
at half time, but the Rams get the ball second
Yeah.
half, and I'd heard my bet was on this game as well.
Yeah.
So I was texting my cousin, and I was like, I need the Ram because it was Cardinals
Yeah.
was struggling as well,
Yeah.
and I was like, as long as the Cardinals score points now,
Yeah.
as long as Cardinals score a touchdown, I know this bet's in.
Yeah.
Because the Rams are going to win.
Yeah.
Because I had Rams at -7. I was like, this is coming
That's what
in.
I had Rams minus.
I was like, this is going to come in because the Rams eventually will show their class and eventually the Lions will just run out of trick plays.
On current form, do you think Cooper Cup's the best receiver in the league?
Easily.
Above Jamar Chase?
Easily.
On current form.
Cooper Cup.
Above Jamar Chase?
Above Jamar Chase.
He's just not. He hasn't. Like we keep on saying, he's not the most physical. He's not the quickest. He's not. But
I just
his
think
route running, he's always open.
I think Jamar Chase will get more receiving yards, but I think Cooper Cup's the best receiver.
Fair enough. Interesting.
Because Cooper Cup is just everywhere. He plays every position across that wide receiver
he's a slot.
line.
He's an outside
He just
receiver.
does everything.
Quality, like quality.
And we've seen him in London.
Now
And
you see,
he put 180 yards up at London.
Now you see him with a decent quarterback. It's showing a difference in him altogether. Cardinals 31, Texans 5. Like you say, Cardinals were struggling for a little bit in this game. Then, like you say, eventually the tide.
Didn't it have the biggest spread we've seen all season?
17,
19 it was.
19.
By the time the game went off, 19.
Did you take them at 19?
No.
It was 17 last week.
So my bet was fourfold. So I had Packers, Bucks,
that's what I had.
Rams, and Cardinals.
Mine was Packers, Bucks, and Rams.
But I said to myself, I know they're all going to win by 10 points. Yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
So I figured out the odds where the handicap was all below, like round 10.
I took Packers -5, Rams -7, and Cardinals -10, I think.
Well, I had Packers -8, Bucks -12.
Yeah.
Rams -7 and Cardinals -8.5. And I was like, I'm happy as long as they're all around 10.
Yeah.
Because I think they'll all win by 10 points.
Yeah.
And it was the easiest. This was the easiest week to win money on the NFL. Even though if you look at it,
there's loads of close games.
They were the only 4 games you could have picked.
Yeah, but you're just the most obvious games as well, weren't they? 49ers 18, Colts 30. This was the late game Sunday, so early Monday morning for us.
We called this.
We said I've seen the highlights, but I haven't seen how the game went. But
is Jimmy G getting dropped after this week? He was awful.
Don't know. I haven't seen it.
No, it was absolutely lashing down rain, like downpouring rain. Colts continue to throw it, like stay brave, paid off for them. But like I wouldn't say either quarterback had a great game. But it's just, as I've said for a few weeks now, I just think Shanahan's a myth, and I think we're starting to see it now. And like what you can say about the Colts, Colts turned into the team that we all thought they were going to be. It just took them a bit of time. It just took them a bit of time. Well, that's it. It's just took them a bit of time to get there, sort of thing. I think if you were to ask the Colts again, should you have played Wentz through his injury and Nelson through their injury and rushed them back for week 1 like you did, they'd have probably gone, no. You know what? No.
It was a gamble, baby.
It was a gamble. It hasn't paid off. We went 0-3. Probably would have been better just sitting them, taking the 2 losses, and then coming strong.
And you know what the point that the shame is about that is the Titans started off shit this season as well. They were a bit sketchy for the first 3 or 4 games, you know what I mean? It's only now they're starting to come into the more form. So they could have had a foot over.
They lost the first game, but they were poor the other game. I know what you mean. And then last night's game, Seahawks 10, Saints 13. I haven't seen any. I saw Kamara scored a touchdown. That's about it.
Saints won. That was always going to happen.
Yeah, 2.
So there was a comment on, Eli and Peyton are doing a show on Monday Night Football. Yeah. They made a comment that this game was an advertisement to why you protect the quarterback, because you end up with 2 quarterbacks like this on the centre. Smith and Jameis Winston.
Taking shots at Winston there.
I'll fucking knock both of them out. Pricks.
Who the fuck does he think he is? Right, let's do our fancy update. First one.
I can't believe you put that clip out on Twitter. It's fucking shocking.
Why was it shocking?
The bloodbath one?
Yeah.
Was that funny?
Funny because it was coming out of your mouth.
So basically, because I was the star of it, he didn't like it.
Always the star.
Exactly.
It's always about you, innit?
Fucking remember that.
You.
Anyway, our fantasy league, Far From Fantasy, I won again. Who did the... Oh,
I won again.
I won this week as well.
I won again.
Look who I've got this week.
Me.
Oh, that's a win. I'm not in this one, am I?
Yeah, you are.
No, I mean, I don't do my team.
You don't do your team.
So I don't know.
So currently, so last week, let's see, scoreboard. Week 7. I don't really need to go back. Week 7 scoreboard, and we've got... I won 183. I beat Tony. Doesn't do his team. He's still got 167 points though.
Did I? Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I on? What's
4 and 3, the same as me.
Oh fucking hell! Not bad for someone who doesn't even look at the team.
Do you know how many players? You want to know how many players you had out?
Go on.
You had Dalvin Cook out.
Yeah.
You got 45 points for DeAndre Swift.
On the bench, or is he?
You've got no tight end.
So I would have beat you.
With 10 players. You got 48 points for Cooper Cup.
So I had to beat you.
If you had all your players, you'd have beat me. You had Patrick Mahomes, you got 2.74.
Wow.
I got 53 points for Jamar Chase. You had 2 players out. So you probably would have beat me.
Fucking hell. That's embarrassing, that, isn't it? So if I had to do my team, I'd probably be on like...
Well, you locked out,
Did you do your team?
No.
He's never, he's basically...
I had to make a new fantasy app, a new fantasy login, just so I could join this league, because I'm in too many leagues.
And
he's never logged back in.
I've never logged back in since the draft.
And you've got a chance of winning this league as well. So, I'm now second.
I'll turn up in the playoffs, I'll have a look there.
I'm now second, 4-3. Tony's fifth.
Like Leonard Fournette, aren't I? Playoffs or
Playoff
not?
Tony.
Yeah, playoff Tony. Not bothered otherwise.
Tony, you're fifth, but also 4-3. Who's bottom?
Mark.
No, I won.
He's still bottom. You're eighth.
Right.
Fucking hell, Mark. I don't even do my team, and I'm fucking fifth.
Right, listen to
2
this.
and 5.
Listen to this. So
Mark Scary Terry beat EFC Denver, which is Callum, 179 to 122.
And I forget who I had out. I had Russell Wilson out, Chris Carson out.
Sorry, Russell Wilson's been out for weeks.
No, yeah, but for this week, I mean. So
yeah, but I mean, like
the first game he's been out is this week. He
No,
injured himself.
he's
He injured himself out the week before.
he was out the week before.
He injured himself the week before.
Well, why didn't you swap him?
I did.
For who?
But no, so on my bench.
Forget your bench. You can trade.
So
You can literally swap and get players in.
Took the players.
There's
What do
only
you
8 people in the
mean?
league.
There's 8 people in the
There's
league.
players on the bench.
So
who
I-
like,
So if everyone's got 2
players in free
quarterbacks, that's
agency.
16. There's 32 teams in the league.
So Carson, Chubb, and Montgomery, and Adams on my bench last week. Oh no, not Adams. Sorry, Montgomery, Chubb, and
Mark, no one's asked.
All I hear is excuses.
Mark
I
won.
won.
He's now 2 and 5.
Excuses.
He's still 8th in the league. Tom,
Gonna make it
6th. If anyone remembers who Tom is, he's 6th on 134. Winning for Wes. Mike Connolly goes to 7th on 177. So these two, Mark and Scary Terry, Mark and Mike, are battling for bottom. Both managed to get a win in the same week. Eskimo Brothers remains top on 5 and 2, but he lost to Sheehan 184 to 166. So the league now looks Eskimo Brothers first, F and Fat Pricks second, which is me, Callum EFC Denver third, Sheehan fourth, Tony's now 5th out the playoffs. But he's on the
What's
same.
Tony's name?
Fuck the commissioner.
It's like hearing him say.
Salah Akbar, which is Tom, which is quite ironic because that's what the Jets are about to do now. From the rest of the
Load
league.
themselves up.
Yeah. Winning for Wes 2 to 5. Scary Terry 2 for 5. So
basically,
Mark
what you're saying is
remains
you might
bottom.
need me to look at my team just to basically save us from the shit.
Yeah.
Because,
Otherwise, it's me. It's me or no one.
because these are all shit and they do the team.
Do us a favour, log back in.
Right, okay.
Otherwise, it's going to cost someone. Well, it's going to cost Mark a jersey if you're finishing last.
Yeah, fucked.
You know the rules. So let's match up next week since I know I'm playing Mark. Matchups for week 8 are. Who do you reckon you're playing next week, Tony?
So I don't care. I'll beat whoever I'm playing.
Me against Mark. We're having a little.
I'll beat whoever I'm playing.
Do you want to pound the point bet,
No,
Mark,
no,
and try and get your money back?
No.
I'll
I
be
am
too
done
ever-
now for the bet season.
I'll beat whoever I'm
You might get
playing.
your money
No,
back.
I'm not doing it.
Tony, you're playing Tom.
Oh, fucking all day.
You currently got 2 players out. He's got none.
I'll still beat him.
Callum against Steve, 3rd against 1st, and then Sheehan against Mike, 7th against 4th. Me, I'm playing bottom of the league. Should be easy.
So you've got
Easy win for me.
you're only just under 20 points behind Tom in predicted score, and you've got 2 players missing on your roster.
That's how fucking good I am. That's how good I am at
The
drafting,
one league
boys.
you've got a chance of winning, and
do
you're not
you mean
even
the one
locked into
league?
it.
What do you mean? I've won every single fucking league I was in, bar 2 last week.
Right, moving on to our charity fantasy football pod off.
Something like that, anyway.
This week we played fellow podcasters The Drop Back, and we smashed them 130 to 124.
Smashed them. Smashed them by 5.5 points. Smashed them.
Moved to 4 and 3. They go to 1 to 6. So, as we do, The Drop Back, thanks very much for the win. I hope your life gets a bit more exciting this week. I hope you get home and your wife decides she wants to be a bit adventurous in the bedroom and she suggests a threesome. And you start rubbing your hands and think, fucking hell, here's my chance. Never going to get a chance like this again in my life. You jump at the opportunity. You fail to think about what you're agreeing to, like Mark does when it comes to a bet. And you say, yeah, of course, love, not a problem. And she says, great, I'm going to invite Joe from work. And you start thinking, who's Joe from work? She best be fit. Oh, I wonder what Joanne's like. Oh, I bet she's gorgeous. And she comes home on a Friday, and it's not Joanne, is it? It's Joe. It's Joe with an E. And he turns up, and you're sitting there thinking, fuck, what have I done here? Why didn't I think this through? And you're thinking, can I get out of this? And you think, obviously you can't get out of this. If I try and get out of this now, I'm going to end up looking misogynistic. I can't say, yeah, it's sound for a threesome, and then suddenly go, oh, actually, it was fine for you to bring a girl in. I expected you to sleep with another girl, but you can't expect me to see you shag another man. So I'm going to have to go with it. And then I hope you go with it, and then I hope you get to the bedroom, and then it turns out when you get to the bedroom that Joe pulls his kicks down, and he's got a massive cock. And I hope as you're both having sex with your wife, she enjoys Joe's massive cock. I hope you have a wonderful time, all consensual. I hope your wife has a wonderful time. But I hope while Joe's smashing it and you're sitting there thinking, hold on, did she want a threesome and to be more adventurous? Or did she just want to shag Joe with the massive cock? And the whole time you're sitting there thinking, is my wife adventurous or am I just incompetent? Like, is it me that's the problem? Did she just want a bigger cock the whole time? So next time you come to watch the NFL, you're sitting there watching the NFL on a Sunday, and you're trying to watch it, but the whole time in the back of your head is that little racial stereotype about black people having bigger willies, and you're trying to enjoy the NFL, but you can't enjoy it because the whole time all it reminds you is that, hold on, maybe I'm inadequate. Maybe my wife didn't want a threesome at all. Maybe she just wants to sleep with Joe with a big cock. Maybe I'll never be able to satisfy my wife again. It wrecks your head. You can never enjoy your favourite sport ever again. And eventually, you just drop out of loving the NFL. You fall away from the fancy football. And then I have an easy win, just like I do every other week. So thanks very much for the drop back. Hope you enjoy your week.
Just for the listeners, the names that weren't mentioned of Ud and Joe was Rob. He just changed that, personal experience there. Do you know what I mean?
Mark, you know full well I don't mention my wife's name on the podcast. It's been 4 years. 1 hour 19, for fuck's sake. Have to make a note of that. Just text Ian straight away now.
There's fucking all sorts going on your phone here. Yeah. You may as well just fucking show everyone.
Just said your wife, sorry.
Absolute dickhead. Right, so that was the fantasy. Move on to the games next week. Sky bet, here we go. Can't believe you just done that, you absolute knobhead. Fucking 3 years we've been doing this now. I've never mentioned the name once.
Just 4. You just make it up as you go along.
You just make it up as you go along, yeah.
You should always say something.
Right. First game of this week. Arizona Cardinals versus the Green Bay Packers. The Cardinals are 4-11 heavy favourites. I think it's the first time the Cardinals have been this heavy favourites against a decent team.
No Devontae Adams.
People loads of what?
No Devontae Adams.
Currently no Devontae Adams.
Which is why the odds are probably that.
I just think people are starting to believe in the Cardinals now. Do we?
They've had it dates, haven't they? So they know what they're going for. This is their window, do you reckon?
Yeah. I believe.
Fucking hell. It's nearly that time of year. I believe. What is he? Miracle on 34th Street you're talking about?
Yeah, we stop believing on week 3.
We believe. We believe. We believe in Father Christmas. I believe.
All right, moving on. Falcons v Panthers.
Two teams which crossing each other. One's going up and one's going down.
I just wouldn't touch any of that game. Swerve that one.
If I had to pick,
Falcons,
I'd have gone Cardinals and I'd go Falcons with this game. But like you say, Bills, Dolphins.
Buffalo Bills by 1 million. Because we can't play the Bills. We just
Miami
get
or
beat by it. Doesn't matter where it is because we
it's
get beat
Buffalo.
by the Bills no matter what.
Josh
Buffalo. Allen will run all over us.
Buffalo by 1 billion. Bears v 49ers. 49ers have been a favourites here away. Now I know the Bears are also shit, but
what's the handicap on that?
Let's see.
You fancy maybe the Bears on the handicap?
3.5.
Oh no, I thought I was doing bigger.
Touch that. Would not touch
it
that.
It was a score maybe.
I fancy the Bears to win this one. I think 49ers are going to fall apart.
Wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it. We've got to give a prediction for the podcast.
I wouldn't touch it. That's my prediction.
Not even going to watch it.
Draw. Overtime. Draw.
Browns v Steelers. Don't know if Mayfield's back or not. He didn't go to IR, did he? So he's week to week.
Browns
have got the better overall.
No Hunt, no Chubb.
Browns got no Chubb's back.
Is he?
He's due 16 points on fantasy anyway. Still can't make my team.
So, Browns or Steelers? Where are we going?
Browns. Team, innit?
What'd you say?
It's my team, innit?
Fuck off. Lions v Eagles.
Lions first win of the season.
Think so?
Let's fucking go. Yeah. If they play like they did against the Rams, why the fuck not? Why the fuck
This
not?
would be the game that the only game this season they're not competitive in, the one that they fucking could have won over.
Yeah. I fancy the Eagles myself. I'm starting to sort of believe in the Eagles, but not loads.
Andre Swift scores, what, 2
Say
touchdowns.
what, if we thought last week's spread was going to be high, I can imagine this one's going to be.
Texans, Rams, and the spread currently is 14, so it's lower.
I thought it would have been higher, you know.
Rams
all day. Not a problem.
And I mean, like,
On the
get
handicap as
that
well.
on the handicap. And I even adjust it to like -27. 'Cause that's coming
Can
in.
you adjust the handicaps on it?
Yeah, I always adjust them.
But no, like, Texans aren't scoring no points against
I
the
always
Rams.
adjust them because you get a game like that, you know, to get loads of garbage time points, it winds you up.
Texans aren't scoring any points against the
Colts v Titans.
Fuck
Titans.
Fuck the Titans. Derek Henry's going out injured, isn't he? It's the week.
This is the week,
This is
isn't
the
it?
week.
This is the week.
This is the week he gets a season-ending
He's done,
injury.
he's done his job against the Chiefs and you want him to go down now.
This is it. Season-ending injuries coming in. Inbound. Derek Henry, nice seeing you about, mate. What you done?
Do you know what? I reckon you based Derek Henry on the way you were saying about the couch before the show. And he got so many tires, so many wheels on it, so many air miles on it.
Where you go, Mark? Colts or Titans?
Titans.
I don't know where to go with this one. I think the Chiefs were just so shit last week. I'm not even taking. But then the Titans beat the Bills, and I'm thinking, do I believe in them?
I'm quite sure this next game.
I think haven't the Titans 2 games clear? Colts really need this game for a chance
To keep to being with a shot of winning it.
I'm going Titans. Jets, Bengals.
Check the handicap on this because I'm sure it's only low. Like
It's got to be low because it's only 1-5 and 7-2.
4.5. I'm sure it's 4.5.
10.
It was 4.5 before when I checked.
I think the Bengals are going to blow them out massively.
All day. All day.
Well, the Jets haven't got a quarterback.
Jets haven't got a secondary. They haven't got anything on offense at the moment.
Although saying that, like, Jets haven't got a quarterback, but Joe Flacco, when he did come in last year,
he said
actually done all right. Like, for the Jets, I mean, like, as a
Chargers v Patriots.
Chargers all day.
Yeah, Chargers all day. Although Herbert had a terrible game against the Patriots last year.
I know.
Terrible. It's like a terrible game.
He has a terrible game against the Ravens as well, and now Bill's coming back into town. Off a big win off the Jets.
Still go Chargers.
Seahawks, Jags. Fucking hell. There's some terrible games this week.
Jags are going to win.
I fancy watching that.
Jags will win that.
You reckon Jags?
Yeah, Jags will win that.
What's the handicap?
3.5.
Jags will
Yeah,
win. Jags will win that.
Broncos, Washington. Broncos are favourites.
Washington on the handicap.
Fucking hell, some bad teams.
Handicap's 3. Some shocking games.
Let's fucking swerve that one.
This one could be a good one. Last one.
Saints, Bucks. No, Bucks will blow them out. Handicap's only 4.5.
Saints will win. James Winston throw all over them. Revenge game. Let's go.
Vikings v Cowboys.
Cowboys
Only 4 to 6 favourites. Vikings are 5 to 4.
Cowboys on the handicap.
Handicap 2.5. Not worth the handicap.
It is. Fucking course it is. Getting better odds on the handicap.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant with the plus. And then Chiefs v Giants.
Like there's nothing in it. Like 2.5 points.
Back there.
Chiefs 2 and 9. 2 to 9. Chiefs gonna get a win back. Thankfully.
Fucking hell. Giants could win that. Giants could win that.
Horrible.
Daniel Jones running all over you.
You'd be
Horrible.
catching touchdown passes again.
Daniel Jones. Oh, but there's one-handed catch. Did we all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Right. So what are we doing? This week's Far From Lombardi. Thank you very much for listening. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Sorry if you come here for the information about the games and that, but you weren't getting that this
Good
week.
into you, haven't we? Maybe.
On a separate podcast, you dickhead.
podcast.
You just ruined
You
everything this
advertise it,
week,
can't
you
you
haven't you?
advertise it?
Fucking hell. It'll probably be out before the podcast. Probably, because it's the easiest thing to edit.
It's all right, man. It's all right, man.
As if you have any fucking say in the editing. Somebody you just come here and fucking get told where to turn up.
Press the red button, please.
Fuck off.
Before you ruined another podcast.
Fuck off.
You're closer.